We're Cub Scouts. That's what we do. All right. Thank you guys for taking the time to come out. I know at this time of season, we get home from work and there's a million things to do, and it's just so easy to sit on the couch and just go, whew. But thank you for taking the time to come out. This is the roundtable for the core value for January. Positive attitude. Okay, I have absolutely no problem with this one in scouting. I have a huge problem with this one in my job. I'm the anti-guy of this in my job, and I need to work on that because I have to model it at all times. That's what I should be doing. But it's about positive attitude. So, pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. And I had who said it, but it got covered up. Do you remember who said it?
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill. Talk about a man that went through a pessimistic time of the year. Okay, but also, Lord Baden-Powell. Happiness is not mere pleasure, nor the outcome of wealth. It is the result of active work, rather than passive enjoyment of pleasure. Tell you what, did he not talk about everything? Active work rather than passive enjoyment of pleasure. And it's true. Whether you're a participating citizen, whatever. Scouting is not a spectator sport. It's out there, going out there and doing things, helping the community. It's an active activity. So, we started showing this about 2 months ago, and truthfully, I like the fact that we're continuing to do it because the vision, it's always important to keep your eye on where the vision is. This is the vision of the Boy Scouts of America. Every eligible youth in America, responsible, participating citizens, and leaders who are guided by the Scout Oath and law. That's a great vision. They've had 100 years to form, to get it nice and tight. That's a good vision. And the aims: character development, citizenship training, personal fitness. Obviously, positive attitude is all about character development. It directly impacts citizenship training and personal fitness, but it is about character. A lot of times when things are just not going right, it's your character that is when the positive attitude comes from. You have to draw it from deep. Oh, things are horrible. But it's okay. We're still going to be okay. Hey, who's new? This is when you raise your hand. There you go. Hey. Okay, I got 2, 3. Anybody else? Come on down. Hey. Oh, that was pretty cool. Come on down. I need more sound effects apparently. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have you give your name, what pack you're with, and what your position is.
Okay.
Easy.
I'm Pete Spokes, Pack 950 Committee Chair.
Committee Chair, brand new leader.
Rich Dugdale, Pack 1158, Assistant Cub Master.
I'm Margaret Strange, Pack 1483, Assistant Den Leader.
Woohoo! We're very, very, very pleased that you're here. And we're only going to make this slightly bigger. So, because we're very pleased you're here. What do we have?
We have a sign.
Oh, good.
This one's for you.
Go! Skip. No, we can't skip anything. Wait, I'll do 2. So, the things that take us where we want to go were all invented by men whose positive attitude enabled them to succeed. They kept on trying despite disappointments and failures along the way. Here are just a few examples.
Henry Ford was an important man, for he helped invent the car. He made it in mass production and made it go long and far.
Lindbergh was a man who we've all read about. He helped build a plane that made the world all shout.
Robert Fulton did his part in making something that would go. The steamship made him famous. About steam he sure did know.
James Watt, too, became famous for something that would go. His improvements on the steam engine, year after year, did grow.
So you see, men such as these with a positive attitude, knowing they could succeed, helped our country to grow, and we're thankful to them for inventing things that go.
You may now. Good. Now don't go though. Don't go too far. Seats. Okay. Openings. They're easy. But the thing of it is, here's the one pitfall with these kind of openings, and make sure you watch out for it. If you have boy volunteers come do these, You notice that the script on this actually requires people who actually had a reading skill a little bit above a tiger. There's nothing worse than you bring up your tiger group to do something with a lot of speaking parts. They have the will, but not the necessary skills. They're not prepared to project. Give them something to do that's within their comfort zone, but just a little bit of extra, and they'll grow in their confidence. Now, your Webelow 2s, if your Webelow 2s can't do this, then I question our school system.
It's good to practice ahead of time.
Well, practice. No, practice. Practice is overrated. But you see where I'm going with this. Make sure that you've thought through, what were the age group? I mean, a lot of times when I'm doing these as a Cub Master, I'll go out and I'll just grab boys from the audience. Because I want them to sort of anticipate, will be me, will be, I'm not saying necessarily, didn't so-and-so come up? But while I'm doing that, I better make sure that I stack the deck to make that I get a couple tigers up there, but they have something easy, like the go sign. Okay? Anyway, pretty good, thank you. I love crowds. Why do I show this every time? Why do you think I show this every time? Anybody? Bueller? It's fun to mentor, but truthfully, it is one of the cornerstones and should be learned at Bobcat, but almost everybody does it wrong. The Cub Scout sign is reaching as far as you can go. Yes, you're exposing the armpit for all to see. It really is. It's as far as you can go. It's so tempting to be here. For my boys, it's so tempting to be here, or even this arm. It's like, no, this arm, and then bring it up. It is the fundamentals. Don't be afraid to review the fundamentals. You're not insulting anybody by doing it. Truthfully, most boys go, yeah, we know that. They may need a reminder, and it's okay to give them one. And truthfully, the parents need reminders too. So, with that said, everyone please stand and join me in the Cub Scout promise. Cub Scout sign. I, Brian Kale, promise to do my best, to do my duty, to guide my country, to help other people, and to obey the law of the pack. The law of the pack? The Cub Scout follows the Kale. The Cub Scout helps the pack go. The pack helps the Cub Scout grow. The Cub Scout gives goodwill. 2, you may be seated. As I say every meeting, it's okay to have these kind of things on posters, like that one over there, or on a PowerPoint, or something, or even a handout. My Webelows, every single meeting, I hand them out a card, smaller than this, that has the Scout Oath and Law on it. Because I want my Webelows and my Webelow 1s and 2s that in the meeting at the very beginning, they're saying the Scout Oath and Law because they're preparing for bridging over into Boy Scouts. I don't want to embarrass them. I don't want them to mumble through because they may or may not remember it. I don't mind them reading it. Repetition will help them. And truthfully, it's about living the words, not necessarily memorizing the words. Memorization will come. It's okay to have these things up. Truthfully, I also like to have my parents also say these along with us. And truthfully, parents have no chance of remembering it. So having it on the wall is not a bad thing. What you up there?
Okay, our 12 core values. This month, as we already said, we're talking about positive attitude. All of these things should be present in everything you do with your boys. It doesn't necessarily have to be all of them all at once. That might be kind of difficult at times. But at least have 1 or 2 of these in every activity you do, and do that to strengthen these qualities in your boys.
If you're doing an activity and you can't see one of the 12 in it, don't do the activity. It's not the right activity. These are the 12 values. And truth be, you really got to go crazy to try to find one, at least one of these is not in. I mean, really. I mean, even down to just honesty. Playing a regular game has honesty in it. It has, resourcefulness, positive attitude. Positive attitude is also another one of these gimmies. It's really easy to see that in everything you do, but make sure it's not a bad thing before you do an activity. Do a quick mental inventory. Which ones am I hitting on? Because it's not a bad thing that maybe afterwards to ask a couple leading questions about, hey, how did positive attitude make a difference here? What would have happened if you were telling yourself, I just can't do it? I tell my boys all the time, if you go into something saying, I cannot do it, you will not do it. Period. If I say, I can do it, you may still not be able to do it. And that's okay. but at least you give yourself a fighting chance to do it. You know, I sort of yodel like,
Do or do not, there is no try.
you know, it's like that. You've got to have the mental thought process that I can do it. That's where positive attitude comes in.
And it hooks right into the Scout law, cheerful. If you're, it's impossible to have a positive attitude if you're not cheerful. If you're a dour, you're not going to put forth a positive attitude to the Scouts. If you keep yourself cheerful, the boys will pick up on that, and they will have a positive attitude as well.
Your energy is contagious. Positive attitude is just the same thing. It's just as contagious. It's also important that we put up here with the Scout law because it's great to be able to draw a direct correlation. Tigers may not understand right now what the correlation is, but if you start sowing those seeds now, as they get older and older, they'll see what Boy Scouts means and how they've been preparing for it this entire time. It makes bridging that much more important and that much more meaningful. So.